Hey guys, welcome to the stream of Ken Follett's The Pillars of the Earth. And so this is more of a narrative story. So there's not much of an action, it's more of a dialogue-based story here that I'll have to do. And that's about it. Nothing else. It's just a chilled stream, so just sit back and enjoy.
This should do. How do you feel?
Oh, can't complain. After all, there's a cozy tree in my back.
I promise, this will be the last fire. After tonight, it won't be trees anymore, but walls and a roof. In Shiring, I will find a job.
What if the bishop wants to hire you for life? To keep his palace in shape, but maybe strengthen the town's defenses? Plain things, Tom Builder. Just walls and roofs.
There. Took me a lifetime to find some dry ones in this wet. Why didn't we just use your staff? That old thing would have done nicely.
Because that thing is precious. It's not made to burn. And we might be able to sell it. Right, now let's see if this does the trick.
Martha, you want to cut up some turnips? We'll be making soup.
If it helps.
Alfred, you go and look for water.
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family. You sit, I'll take care of it.
He has a plan.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said I could create something that matters, something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time, or would you keep on looking?
You know I could do so much more.
You said the same thing then, and look where it brought us. Just promise me you'll think about it.
Maybe we can sell the baby.
Alfred!
I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
Oh, that is first to church.
Stupid snow. Why did it have to come down just now?
Alfred.
What? Aren't you supposed to get water? I am not keen on eating rotten leaves tonight.
Alfred!
Don't mind him, dear. Boys must act tough if they want to get by.
Is that so?
Act tough, not.
And how's my little girl holding up?
I don't have time for holding up. I have to cut up our dinner.
You're a steadfast lass, Martha.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
I know. Hungry?
I'm fine.
I like souls.
Shoot.
What can I do with this?
Beautiful.
He had a hammer. I mean, I thought he would be
I can't carry it in my hands.
clean snow, dirty. Yep.
I can't carry it in my hands. Nah, no getting through there.
What? Why? How far should I go to fetch the water? What? He came back.
Nah, it's just more woods down that way.
He does not run. So, yeah, okay.
Too hard for my fist, but my pot should break it.
Okay.
Houses and sheds. Walls and roofs. I could do so much better,
Yeah, you can.
but I have to feed my family.
Can I go in there? Where are these looking at?
Tom, what's keeping you?
There's nothing useful down there.
Okay. Right, dirt, snow. Okay. Have it.
I don't need help carrying the pot. I don't need help carrying the pot.
Okay.
And did you think about what I asked you?
Dreaming of building a cathedral was foolish. When we get to Shiring, I'll take the job.
Why is a cathedral so special?
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
May I?
If you must.
Well. Actually, a cathedral isn't so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room. Like a cave. Now, we mustn't forget the doors. And not only doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible.
But isn't it still dark in there?
It is. So, what do you suggest?
Windows, of course.
Of course.
Right. So the people inside can see what they're doing. By now, we've carved quite a few holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that, and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work. That's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportioned when talking to a child.
What does it mean?
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry, it will give them hope. Agnes?
Mama?
The baby is coming.
But it's not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
Oh, look at all the blood.
Children? Martha? Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
Let me do it. I'm quicker than her.
No, let me do it.
Alfred is faster. He has to do it.
But I want to help too.
Show your strength and remain steadfast.
I will.
What is that?
Martha? Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
I put more wood on the fire.
Can you feel the warmth?
Yes.
Alfred, get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
Let me cover you. Remember when Martha was born and the Lady Isabella acted as midwife?
You were building a chapel. And you asked her to send her maid to fetch the midwife from the village.
Yeah, and she said, That drunken old witch will let her deliver a litter of wolfhound pups, and she took us to our own chamber. And poor Lord Robert could not go to bed until Martha was born. Right, what can I do to help?
Stay with me.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me. I'd say for a year as bad as this one, I've managed quite well.
You lost your work. And then Martha almost got killed by that pig thief. You call that well?
We're going through hell.
I know. But we're still here for each other, aren't we? Holding together as a family. Us builders aren't carved out of measly wood. Never were.
You expect a lump of granite to come falling from my legs?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not long now. Be ready. Oh, your hands are cold.
I could warm them for you.
No. Stay here, please.
I am proud of you.
I feel so weak.
You'll make it. You're a strong woman. That's why I love you so much.
Two of a kind, eh?
She's losing too much blood.
I'm sorry that I kept quiet all day. I didn't want anyone to worry. It's coming! Help me, Tom! It's coming!
I can see it.
It looks horrible.
He's perfect. A perfect boy. You're still bleeding.
It's all right. It will stop soon. Tom,
Yes?
you make a fine midwife. Did you know that? Do you remember the night I came to you? In your lodge? When you were working on my father's church?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never. For one moment. Every time I think of that night, I feel so glad.
Me too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful. Build a beautiful cathedral. For me.
Wait, what?
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes! Agnes, wake up!
year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end. King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died. It was a time of poverty and death. In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep, and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble. Is there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there? You just crossed the bridge, right?
No kidding.
That'll be a farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
Monks and villagers don't have to pay a toll.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. I told Brother Paul. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
It is not much, but I can share this with you. I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I have come to see Prior James.
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for. Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to the priory later. Fish should go nicely with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge?
Good horse.
The cloth is useless, at least right now. The cloth is useless, at least right now. That'll be a waste.
Here, nowhere else to go, so I head back. Here. Okay. Hey, what is there? Far away.
I think I'll keep them for now.
go? Where did I go? Oh.
That'll be a waste.
Take it in this cloth.
The cloth is useless, at least right now. Why is this locked?
When he opened the super seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. The moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth.
The cloth is useless, at least right now.
It its winter fruit when shaken by a gale.
This is something to me.
Closed.
I've never played games like this before, so I don't know what to do, basically. Silence and still gets it. What? What's going on?
It's locked.
What's happening?
Huh. Why did they lock it? Maybe the side entrance is open.
Where does this lead?
There's no one here either. Where are they?
What is happening? Elections, okay. Don't get at the side. Okay, got into the church.
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness. The pestilence that rode in on the lightning that struck our cathedral 4 years ago. Did you not all feel its presence here ever since? James did, and I did as well.
Okay. We both did.
Well, but the Lord says, because he hath hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served the Lord all his life. He shall be delivered from the darkness, from this dark earth.
Prior James?
Philip.
Francis?
For many years, James has been our prior. After the upcoming election, I vow to lead Kingsbridge Priory with the same steady hand. Amen.
Amen. What is happening?
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to Kingsbridge New Year's Day.
I did not expect to see you here.
I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
A priest working in the world of politics. You must tell us about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see. How are things in St. John of the Forest, Philip?
Our little cell is happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy. Thanks to your brother, Francis, St. John in the Forest is prospering. His novices are obedient, his monks humble and pious, and our own priory is in such a sorry state.
You know James did the best he could. It was not his fault. Also, they make a remarkable cheese in St. John's. Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
Oh, the cheese were meant for you guys. Or will the other
Brother Cuthbert seemed upset.
parish get it for you guys? I mean,
Well, we all
they
are.
gave it away.
The way
They didn't
James
know you
died
guys
was
needed
disturbing.
cheese.
Disturbing? How did Prior James die?
7 days ago, Brother Remigius found James's room empty. We all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have walked out on the river. We didn't even find his body. The river took him, and the cold.
I will pray for James. See me when you have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you, Philip. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new prior.
Hopefully. I will come by the kitchen later, Milius.
Should I?
Brother Marcus said he's taking a beating now once a week.
I saw him crying yesterday.
He cried. One more beating by Remigius, and he'll run.
I don't think so. Do you? Do you ever think?
Ask him. He should know.
Then why don't you?
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes, but you can call me Brother Philip.
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind.
Yes. Now ask him.
How about you ask him?
I already asked Brother Andrew.
What is it?
Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. Cathedral,
Well, that's probably what the guest master was talking about.
Andrew wouldn't tell you. Why?
He got very angry with us.
We had to say the Lord's Prayer 150 times.
Each of us is God's temple, for he created us.
The guest master said Prior James destroyed God's temple.
And that he'll go to hell.
Prior James did not commit suicide.
But no one saw him that night. No one knows.
God knows. God knows what sent him running out onto the ice.
They say the devil was chasing him.
Don't say his name.
I have seen brave men run, for many reasons. Never have I seen the devil. So we should not make room for him, neither here nor in our hearts. All right?
Yes, Brother Philip.
Thank you, Brother Philip.
They're asking me to leave.
So, again, we're all God's temple. All of us.
Where should I meet here?
Because God created us in his image.
Dude,
That's why we can all pray to him.
walk. What was this?
The Lord is my light.
It is outside. Talk to Francis.
I wonder, Francis, how much of your work is related to our Lord?
All of it. But Earl Robert is not a pious man. I try to guide him as best I can, but I cannot change what he has me writing or reading.
They do look like...
Francis, you look troubled.
You could always read me.
Like a book, little brother.
It's good to see you, Philip. King Henry is dead.
I know. Word reached St. John's shortly before I left.
First the king, and now Prior James.
God has a plan.
I know he does, but King Henry's death caused quite a commotion in the world of politics. Dark times are coming. There will be war.
Jeffrey. Everyone hates Jeff.
If only we could stop the suffering.
Maybe we can. I came not just to meet you.
Are you asking?
I was sent to look for a messenger of my lord, Earl Robert.
Here? In Kingsbridge?
Farmers said the messenger was heading for Kingsbridge 2 weeks ago. The knight was carrying a confidential document that might change the course of the conflict. People here trust you. Maybe the monks here know something?
We will find him.
One more thing. No one can know why we're looking for the knight.
About that knight.
He was carrying an important document for my master. You have to find... Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you?
I knew I could rely on you.
I think I'll keep them for now.
Don't want to give it to him? Okay. I'm going to the dungeon.
Locked.
I cannot go to the dungeons. Okay, get out. Where are the other monk? Other monk. Hello, leads up to the roof. Okay. What a waste. Yeah. Done that. Let's go. Let's go out.
We don't need to go to church for that.
No, we are the temple.
Oh, okay.
But
They're repeating
why a
it.
church then? Why cathedrals?
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our St. Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James. Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
All Kingsbridge needs is faith and hard work.
Philip of Gwynedd,
So the Philip
I
is
wanted
fine.
to talk to you. How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
What?
I was shocked by the prior's death.
We all were. Now, I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting.
Brother Andrew, have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
Aside from the ones that visited for Christmas? No. If there had been an official guest, I would know. And no one stayed at our guest house.
Let us continue this conversation later.
Of course. There's a lot of planning for me to do for the upcoming election.
Are you campaigning?
Why do we create temples if we are the temple?
Good question.
Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Don't say that.
Why not?
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the cathedral. It feeds us.
Oh,
We are people of God,
don't question the higher authority.
yet we need to eat too.
Okay, what are you doing, man? In this cold.
think I'll keep them for now.
Dude, why are you not sharing?
Brother Arnaldus, how are you?
Huh?
Did I speak?
What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. Yes, I am well. It's just that the dead won't stay in the ground.
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves.
Should I use my Bible verse on him?
Do not rebuke an older man, but encourage him, as you would a father.
What was that?
Scripture, Brother Arnaldus.
What?
All is well. Do not mind me.
Okay.
No, not now.
My father gave the Priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Marcus. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I hid them right in the church. Stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
I bet you could.
What? Should I go to the kitchen? No, this is James' house. Why is it open? Isn't James dead?
I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry I interrupted your service.
You mean Prior James's service?
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
Did a knight come to Kingsbridge within the last few weeks?
Of course. Even the bishop and the earl were here for the Christmas service. I held the sermon.
And the week before?
That week I was not here. Andrew Sacrist and I travelled to Shiring to hire cooks and buy food for our guests.
I see. Why would Prior James walk out onto the river at night?
He was chased.
By what?
Chased? By whom?
The accuser.
But why would the devil be chasing him?
Better to not get involved in all this, Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
Why are you acting suspicious?
You really believe the devil killed the prior?
He really does.
Some of the brothers do, and I respect their beliefs. May never know what happened, and that's that. Now let me get back to my work.
I'll have to find the key for myself and see what else hidden. Right, so. Okay. So where is the card? Can look at 13.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
This kitchen, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Toll Hot. Friar Gate. Forecourt.
There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
What happened?
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing.
But why?
It's Adolphus. There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying in the crypt. I think I heard him too.
No, you are mistaken.
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself. It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is nothing and no one down there.
Why are you winking?
What was
No
that?
talking.
How?
Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
Father.
It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
Or not?
The novice said he hid the keys in here. They're here. I have them.
Did you not hear it?
Oh, now I can go to the crypt. Open up! Open up.
I heard it.
I didn't hear anything.
No. I heard it. I'm sure. There was something. He's right.
We come together here. The pilgrims donate. So do the nobles.
I see. A temple to feed the temple.
Huh.
Yes.
We must take good care of us. And our cathedral.
We must.
Do I get to the kitchen side of this? Yeah. Heyo.
Philip!
Brother Milius.
Come! Warm yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert. You keep everything nice and tidy around here, Milius?
It's not easy. This morning one of my ladles broke. That's never a good sign. Everything is falling apart.
Milius, why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty. I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
Okay.
Hard at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
Yeah, way to rub it in, man. Way to rub it in.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius? Put things right.
Who would vote for Remigius? He would be no better than Prior James.
He is the sub-prior, and he made promises to some of the brothers, like the sacrist. He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room, including the priory's ledgers.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
What? Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving. Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refused. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps.
But why?
Not since he began talking to the devil.
What is the saying that...
What?
Exactly, I mean, what?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side.
Are you guys sure he was not hallucinating?
He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins? Did you see a knight in Kingsbridge?
You mean, aside from the nobles attending the Christmas service? No, I don't remember any knights visiting us.
We'll talk more later. Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state, Philip.
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know.
Yes, he does know.
I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novices are stealing?
Yes, someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them.
have
but
it.
someone used them to steal food from the cellar more than once. Today I found something missing again.
Cuthbert, I believe I found your keys.
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
Has there been a night to Kingsbridge recently?
Christmas.
Milius, wasn't there a poor soul found dead before Christmas?
I don't know if he was a knight.
He was put to rest in the cemetery.
The cemetery. That was the right thing to do.
Let me go there.
Let us continue another time, Brother Cuthbert.
Of course.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Can I exit from here, guys? No. I cannot. Oh, wait.
Ah, wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket, and you'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Oh, they're hot.
Ouch!
Oh, the cloth.
Don't do that, you'll burn your fingers off.
The cloth. Cheese might have melted.
Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my hands, Milius.
I knew you could do it.
Okay, so moving on to the cemetery. Press in and are you guys still debating? Huh?
Rotten edges. We used to eat them. Now, they're eating us.
What is... Oh. Okay. You guys bury.
We should go to shiring sometime. Heard they have a big-titted harlot there. One that would even do you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Dude. Whose is it?
No talking. Now we sing.
How did I get into the cellar, man?
Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key. Brother Cuthbert should have it.
There it was again.
Philip, have you found something yet?
Not yet. I will see what I can do.
Dude, you should run. Come on.
I heard about a knight visiting Kingsbridge.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you see I have other problems?
Did you not hear it?
Okay. Detective. I forgot his name. We need the key to the crypt. I should have asked. Heyo.
It's getting cold.
Sorry.
When will these novices learn to close the door?
Sorry again.
Maybe Milius or Cuthbert know more about the night.
I need to sell a key, man.
Brother Cuthbert.
Philip.
I will leave you to your work.
I will leave you to yours.
Okay.
Ah, Philip, it's you.
I have to go.
You know where to find me.
Has there been a knight to Kingsbridge recently?
Milius, wasn't there a poor soul found dead before Christmas?
I don't know if he was a knight.
He was put to rest in the cemetery.
The cemetery? That was the right thing to do.
Where will I find the keys? There's a guest room. Should I ask these horses where the knight is?
The knight doesn't seem to be around here.
Oh, he's got my horse.
For his own sake, I hope he is not in there.
What is that? Wait, I'll disturb you again.
What is it? Can you not see that I'm working?
I'll report.
Brother Marcus stole Cuthbert's keys.
Brother Marcus. I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me. Theft is something we cannot take lightly.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me.
sure. There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
The cathedra. It is not for me to take that seat.
What was that?
No talking. Now we sing.
I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key. Brother Cuthbert should have it.
Are you sure you heard something?
Oh. Man, I'm so
Yes,
dumb.
I'm sure.
It was
Is the knight
nothing.
hiding in the...
Calm down and concentrate.
Can't see. Do I have a light? I don't have a light. Wait. Can't see.
Let's see what we can find. No reason to be afraid.
What is it?
Thought so. Nothing here. These old cathedrals are bound to make strange sounds.
Will I find a
Nothing.
light here? Huh? Remains of...
That'll be a waste. God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. Even if it is Adolphus, we would have to welcome him.
Right, okay.
Nothing here. The saint rests in peace.
Okay. Nothing there.
Hello?
Would you go in if someone said hello again?
No. No one. Not a thing. Hello?
Oh.
Go! What is that? What is that? It's the size of a child. Hello? Oh,
It's an owl.
an owl. Just an owl. The choir will be relieved to know that. I should tell them.
But why can I not...
The
get-
brothers did hear something after all.
Is there anything that I can give you? Nope. Okay, fine. Alright. Okay, I'm going. Sorry. I don't have anything to give you.
I think I heard it again.
Dude.
Adolphus.
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate, and...
No, no sign of the messenger. No, I'll stay down here. I'm not good with heights.
The keys will not be of much help.
It is good to see you reading. Even some of our older brothers cannot read or write.
I'm not old.
We must teach them.
Exactly.
Reading the words we can teach them, but understanding them. It is easier to simply tell them what is written in the scripture.
Brother Andrew.
What is it now?
I have to go to the cemetery, but I didn't see anything. Great.
I believe they have enough to discuss.
Oh, I have to go to the bar. Okay, what's next?
James, I pray for you that when you stand before God, He will look upon you with mercy.
That would be a waste.
Rest in peace.
Here.
Here, Paul.
Oh. Ouch! Oh. A hot stone! Oh. Ah! It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a fire, or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Winter is bound to end sometime. Philip, if you ever run into trouble with Remigius, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior. This hot stone is a blessing, Philip.
Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight? Oh, yeah. Yes. He was just lying by the road, just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died. We buried him in the cemetery.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. But the look in his eyes told me he was afraid. I held his hand.
and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James. Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents shall be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
I heard about this. I think that would be unwise.
Sometimes I wonder if it was because of that letter. A few days later, Prior James fell through the ice. Right here, Philip. Maybe I brought a curse on Kingsbridge.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip. Still walking around in the cold?
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the spring comes, and the hot stone really helps, Philip.
You should have a fire.
It's all right. It's not that cold.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sinners perish.
No, the poor perish. And those that he has freezing out here.
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
I have to leave, Brother Paul.
Take care of yourself. It's getting colder, I think.
Hello? I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty. That would be a waste.
Dude, why do you not want to share? Why are you walking in slow motion? Okay, let's ask. Knock knock. Frown again. Frown again.
Oh.
I would like to take a look at Prior James's documents.
And why is that, Brother Philip?
Well, our little cell has given much to the Mother House. I would like to ensure that all is accounted for.
So you do not trust us, Philip, is that it?
The state of this priory...
The state of this priory is the concern of the Prior of Kingsbridge.
I still would like to see the prior's documents.
They will be burned tonight.
I heard about that.
It was Prior James's last wish. I'm following his request.
But the new prior will be lost without the ledgers and contracts.
After the election, I'll be the new prior.
For now, you are not. Only the chapter meeting can decide on these matters.
Of course. Brother Andrew will surely understand why you would go against James's last request.
About the chapter meeting.
Oh, talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as pleased as me to have you around. Now leave.
I have to get the document. If these guys burn it, then obviously I don't have any proof that the night had come around.
Yes, Philip.
Just a minute. I'm back. Okay, ask. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm looking for a document that was in the possession of Prior James.
How does that relate to my tasks? Talk to Remigius.
Oh, God.
We can't allow Prior James's books to be burned.
That, Philip, was Prior James's wish.
This priory is in debt. And without the ledgers and documents, that will never change. Besides, the wisdom in his books is priceless.
It is not up to you to make decisions in this priory, Brother Philip.
Do not domineer over those in your charge, but be an example to the flock.
1 Peter chapter 5. You are right. You shall argue your case in front of the brothers in a chapter meeting today.
And
Thank you.
When is that?
When I'm done here, I will tell all the monks to come to the chapter house.
Would it help if I went and told some of them?
Feel free to do that. But I insist that the choir finishes practicing before we start. They're already behind schedule.
These are novices. Can I?
There will be a chapter meeting in a few minutes.
Oh yes, we will be there. Thank you for letting us know.
Brother Andrew has arranged a meeting.
Yes, please go ahead. We will be there in a few minutes.
The sacrist agreed to a meeting today. That way I might be able to get the letter you were looking for.
Good thinking, Philip. I will attend, of course.
Who else? The old man in the cemetery and the other two in the kitchen. And the one who's guarding the
Brother Arnaldus, there's a chapter meeting today.
Today, I'll be there.
Oh, you can say hi.
Wouldn't miss that.
Good.
A waste of time. A waste of time.
But he said everyone should be there. Okay, I'll let you know. Frown again. Frown again.
I asked not to be disturbed.
Oh, he knows. Sorry, my bad. I have to go to the kitchen and... Good, walk faster, walk faster. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Something else.
There will be a chapter meeting today.
You convinced Andrew? Miracles do happen. We will be there. You have our support.
There will be a chapter meeting today.
Excellent. I can't wait to see you and Remigius quarrel.
Brother Cuthbert?
Do not worry. We are on your side.
No need to lock the guest house.
Let's open. Okay. Now he'll be the Flash. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Look at him go, look at him go. Zoom, 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 zoom.
There will be a chapter meeting soon.
Ah, thank you for letting me know, Philip. Remember my advice about Remigius.
Okay, sir. I shall not be quiet. Something happened to my phone. It's stuck. Okay, just a minute, guys. Let me fix the video. Stop and stop. And I'm back. Okay, alright. Where was I? Okay, the Flash. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Wait, can I use the key?
The keys will not be of much help.
Okay, fine. Zoom, 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 zoom. Every Except for those two blokes who were apparently speaking about sinning. Right, so. Okay. Are you not done yet?
The choir has finished singing. The cantor should find time now. Are you ready for the chapter meeting, Brother Philip? If you have any other business to take care of in Kingsbridge, do it now. The meeting could take a long time.
This is more important.
The chapter meeting is more important.
Yep. I need to know what the spy wrote the night.
And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honoured. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason for your concern, Brother Philip. But before we come to a decision, let us hear other voices of concern.
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip. I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him.
I knew him well, and I know he would agree with me.
Philip, you are going too far. I will tell the bishop about this.
Brothers,
let him speak. Brothers, please. Let's hear what he has to say.
Oh, heavens. Hear him out, brothers. I was stubborn as well, but he made me see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do.
Yes.
I owe James much. He was the one who asked me to take care of St. John in the Forest.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not England.
It was a wise decision then.
But his last wish was not. Well, was it? What are you waiting for?
Is walking on thin ice wise?
Who does he think he is?
May the Lord forgive him. He knows not what he is saying.
No. Philip was very hesitant to talk about the state of this priory with me. Usually, he is as careful in his words as he is in his actions.
Whoa, okay, that was
Yes.
bad.
Philip asked us a question. Was it wise to walk out onto the ice?
God was testing Prior James.
Really?
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer.
Oh yeah, I'll turn this
Then, the devil had a hand in his last wish as well.
Yes. How the turntables.
Well, I'm not so sure.
The devil. If the devil has come to Kingsbridge, we must cast him out. He has come in the ways of neglect and self-righteousness. Let us look into the books and ledgers.
And then
Let us look into the problems that have ailed Kingsbridge for much too long.
Don't need your medicine.
Well, I suppose...
How dare
I agree.
that?
Hear, hear.
He is right. We should not make room for the devil.
Neither here nor in our hearts.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Really?
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
Oh, he.
But did he do anything besides talk?
Yes, he brought me a hot
Oh, now
stone.
he's speaking.
That's our Philip.
Very well, Philip. But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us? You not only came to save these books,
I am here only to help this priory.
This priory, of course. I say it is not a coincidence that he should make his voice heard now, shortly after James's passing and before the elections.
He didn't even know that.
What
he
are you
was
saying,
dead.
Brother Remigius?
This is not about James. It is about him. He wants to be prior.
No. I came here to talk to James.
I think that is a wonderful idea. I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
I can't disagree with that.
Well, yes, obviously, my choice.
Excellent choice.
What about Remigius?
That's surprising.
Great
Prior
idea.
Philip.
Brother Philip, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, like he's got a choice.
Thank you for your kind offer. But we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
No.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really
Place the
must
screen
not.
down.
We will see you later. Thank you.
Then चला गया क्या?
We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the nomination?
You've never been good at saying no. And Milius is right. Kingsbridge needs you.
What about St. John's?
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge for a few days. Thanks to you, these documents and books will not be burned. Now, we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can help prevent a war?
If the message says what I think it says, then yes, I do. Now, let us look for the letter.
Where is Odin's vision? There it is.
Francis, I think I found it.
Ta-da!
In the Bible?
That's why I
Revelations, the Apocalypse of St. John.
never wanted
And
to
they
burn
called
Bible
to the
because
mountains
of
and
that.
rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand? The Lamb? What was James afraid of? Was it this letter?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal. Oh, this is it. You found it.
But how is that going to
The
stop?
Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master, Earl Robert of Gloucester.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Francis, you know I don't like to talk of that.
I know. It's just that I think of them all the time. And I've always blamed King Henry. The Church suffered under his rule as much as we did in Wales. Philip, you have to show this letter to the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Why me?
Because you have to. There's no other way. Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's influence in England. King Stephen, on the other hand, swore to preserve the rights and privileges of the church, and we can help him if you tell the bishop to protect Stephen.
You want the bishop to help the new king, King Stephen?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these dark times to end. I want to stop the Earl of Shiring from starting a war. He could set the whole of England on fire. My lord the Earl of Gloucester can never know what I was doing here. You must not tell the truth about how or where you got this letter. Don't tell anyone I was involved.
Do you really think the bishop will help?
Tell him you found the letter by coincidence.
And if he does not believe me, what then?
He will believe you. The question is, will he really try to stop the Earl of Shiring? I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay in Kingsbridge until the election.
What if the Earl of Shiring finds out what I'm doing? What if the bishop tells him?
Philip, calm down. He is your bishop.
I'm a simple monk. Who am I to talk to a bishop?
This has been great, guys. I know it's a bit on the mellow side, so I will not be streaming this unless I don't have any other game to play. But having said that, this game has got the highest ratings from most of the gaming reviews which has been done. So even though I want to, it's more like a slow burner and more like an episode. So I'll see if I'm going to stream this going forward or not. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead, guys. Bye.